Hey y'all, welcome to day 9 of Yoga Connection. Today is yoga for the heart center. So we'll not only be doing a lot of physical heart openers in our asana practice, but also connecting to our emotional heart center. Something that I notice within myself is when I'm faced with any kind of conflict, I find a sense of my heart closing. And then sometimes when that's resolved, there's like this relief of and the heart opens back up. So even just becoming aware of the physical relationship to our posture as well as the heart center, and going a little bit deeper into how we can maybe start leading with our heart. So we'll start with a blanket and laying on our back. We'll use the blanket just for the beginning of class. And whatever blanket you have is fine, but we're gonna take it and fold it in a little tight roll. And we'll place this roll underneath our chest, right along the mid-upper rib cage. If you like to have a pillow for the head, that's a nice option as well. So when you lie down, just having this below the shoulders, the armpits and the shoulder blades will find the earth, and then the arms will extend out to the side, palms facing the ceiling. You can keep the knees bent, reaching the knees towards the ceiling, or you can extend the legs long, whatever feels best. And as you settle in, just start simply connecting to that space between the lower half of the body and the upper half, the heart center. Many people consider this a bridge between the physical body and the spiritual self. On your next few breaths here, see if you can really breathe into that heart center. And as you exhale, see if you can release or let go. On your next inhale, seeing if you can breathe into the back of the heart center now. And as you exhale again, releasing the body, letting gravity hold you. If it feels comfortable on the shoulders, maybe cactusing the arms and reaching the elbows a little bit higher to open up just a little bit more, but being gentle. One more breath here, inhaling and exhaling, bending through the knees, placing the feet on the ground. Bringing the torso up just for a moment to remove the blanket off to the side, and then lying back down. This time we'll grab opposite wrists or elbows above the head. Whatever feels comfortable on your shoulders is fine. Extending the legs long as you inhale. And as you exhale, tucking the chin to the chest and then reaching the whole torso over to the left. So we'll lift it off the ground for a moment and then place the torso down, making sure the shoulders and hips are still really grounded on the floor. And then start walking your feet over to the left to set up for banana pose. So we really want the whole body to be reaching in an arc over to the left. If you want to cross the feet here, you can cross the right foot over the left or even the left foot over the right, whatever feels better for your body. One more breath here, inhaling. And exhale, let it go. Slowly walking the feet back to center, tucking the chin to the chest and arriving back to center again. And whether you have the wrists or the elbows, just switching the cross of your arms. Inhaling here. And then exhale, tucking the chin to the chest, reaching the torso now over to the right side of the mat. Again, we want both shoulders to be really grounded down. If your shoulders are up or if your hips aren't grounded, just make some adjustments. And then start walking your feet over to the right as well. You should feel this deep stretch in the left side body. Even if it is subtle, it is a really nice stretch of the whole side body as well as the IT band. Again, if you wanted to cross the legs, you can cross the right foot over the left or the left over the right, just making sure you balance out whichever you did on the other side. One more breath here, inhaling and exhaling, uncrossing the legs, walking the feet back to center. On your next exhale, bring the torso back to center as well, bending both knees towards the chest and just rocking side to side a few times, massaging the lower back, seeing if you can even massage the heart center and the upper back. And then your choice, you can roll up to a seat or you can roll to either side, pushing your way up. And we'll come onto our bellies from here. And you come onto your belly, bringing the arms forward to set up for Sphinx pose. So we want to grab opposite elbows here. This is kind of how I find my alignment. Grabbing opposite elbows and then placing the hands down. And when you place the hands down, check in with the shoulders. So sometimes the shoulders here can kind of just feel like this if you're relaxed, but see if you can push down through your elbows to raise the heart open and then feel like you're pulling the mat towards you to find a little bit more length in the torso. If this feels uncomfortable on the neck, you can always tuck the chin towards the chest while keeping the heart and collarbones open. Feel as though your heart is being pulled towards the front of the mat. I think often in life we are very forward moving, but we're not always leading with passion, leading with our heart or love. So see if you can shine that love within forward. Slowly turning the elbows out, the palms come out to the sides, and the forehead or the right side of the face will come down onto the mat. Extending that right arm out to the side, palms are facing down. We'll push through the left hand to roll over onto our right side. You can stay here with the legs long, or you can bring that left leg back behind you. Just a little bit more to get into the shoulders, opening up through the chest. And you can close the eyes here. See if now you can spiral that right rib cage towards the ceiling a little bit. Slowly rolling onto the stomach and switching sides. So now the left arm extends out to the side. Right hand comes down by the torso, rolling onto the left side. You can stay here or you can bring that right foot back behind you. The sole of the foot might meet the earth or the leg can stay bent. It's whatever just is supportive. It's more about the shoulder stretch than anything else. Rolling back onto the stomach. We'll push back towards child's pose, opening the knees wide. Toes come to touch. This is going to be more of an active child's pose. So we'll come onto the fingertips, the elbows will stay raised, and then the forehead will reach towards the ground. Again, you can always put a block under the forehead or a pillow if you want to find. We just want to have the third eye resting on something. Your next inhale brings you up to hands and knees. And then inhale, opening through the chest, dropping the belly, looking up. Exhale, rounding the spine, pushing through hands and knees to cat pose. 2 more rounds of that. Inhale, opening through the heart, cow. Exhale, rounding the spine, pushing the heart towards the ceiling. Cat. Inhale to open. And exhale to reach the heart towards the ceiling. Coming to neutral spine, engaging the core, tucking the toes under, walking the hands forward a little bit, and then coming up to downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet here, bending into one knee and then the other. See if you can find a sense of your heart here in downward facing dog. It's a pose that we do a lot, but see if you can reach your heart between your feet. Pushing through the pointer finger and thumb. Letting the head relax. And then slowly walking the feet towards the top of the mat. Coming to our forward fold here. Nodding the head yes and no again. Deepening the bend of the knees if the lower back is showing any sign of restraint. And then slowly rolling up to standing, one vertebra at a time. Inhale, raising the arms up. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Taking a moment to lift the sternum up towards the thumbs. Finding a long spine. Releasing the arms. And then inhale the arms back up. Opening the arms wide, swan diving, leading with the heart. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, placing the hands down and stepping back to plank. Choosing your flow here, exhaling as you lower with or without the knees. And inhaling into cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Walking the feet towards the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bending through the knees, inhale, raising the arms up. Again, leading with the heart center, swan dive into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, placing the hands down, stepping back to plank. Inhaling here. Exhaling as you lower. Inhaling into cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Raising the right leg up as you inhale. Exhale, stepping the right foot forward for low lunge. Placing the knee on the ground just for a moment, setting ourselves up. Rolling the shoulders down the back and opening through the heart. Really stretching into that left hip. And then raising that left knee off the ground, fingertips to start. And raising the arms up for high lunge. When you arrive, we really want to bend into that front knee while we're reaching that left thigh bone towards the ceiling. Palms come to touch above the head, and then we'll bend the arms coming to prayer behind the neck. Elbows reach towards the ceiling, but the shoulders are trying to relax away from the ears still. Inhaling. Exhale, hands come down onto the ground, stepping back to plank. Taking a flow if you'd like. Here we'll meet in downward facing dog. Raising the left leg up on the inhale. And exhale, stepping the left foot towards the top of the mat. The right knee comes down for a moment to find a stretch of that right hip. Rolling the shoulders down. See if you can reach that heart towards the ceiling. That might reach the torso forward. Raising the back knee off the ground, setting up for your low lunge, and then raising the arms high for high lunge. Make sure you're still breathing. Being aware of the back body here as well. We want to lead with the heart, but in both ways. So we're not reaching the torso forward, the torso's right aligned over the hips. Palms come to touch, hands come back to the nape of the neck again. Reaching the arms high. And exhale, the hands come down, stepping back to plank. Moving through a flow, exhaling as you lower. Inhaling as you open. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet out, bending into one knee and then the other. Then slowly place the knees down, coming to child's pose, letting the fingertips relax, just a restful child's pose. Coming up onto the knees for a moment, and we're setting up for puppy pose. So if I'm going to show you what this looks like before we get into it together, and I'm just so that you have an idea of what it looks like so you don't have to get into it and look at me. So puppy pose reaches the arms forward, we release the chin down, we look forward or the forehead comes down, but my hips are still high. So coming into this piece by piece together, we'll start in tabletop. Walk the hands forward quite a bit, and then start releasing the heart towards the ground. If you find that your hands aren't far enough and your hips are shifting back, come forward a little bit more. And then the forehead might reach the ground or it might rest on a block. If this feels okay for you, you might even look forward with the chin as the heart melts towards the ground. This might be a lot of sensation, which is very normal. But see if you can just think of a little puppy getting really excited to play with a friend and leading with their love, leading with their heart center. To come out of this, place the forehead down, walk one hand back and then the other. And then slowly sit onto the hips just for a moment, closing the eyes. And bring the awareness to that space behind the sternum. Seeing if anything came up, maybe emotionally. A lot of physical sensation may have happened, but how were you able to just stay present and focus on yourself? One more breath here, inhaling. Exhale, blinking the eyes open. And we'll come up to sit on our legs. We just did a lot of flexion with the shoulders one way, so we're gonna relax the shoulders the other way. A little bit of a counter pose in Camel. So we have lots of different options here. If you have blocks at home, I actually recommend grabbing those and placing them right next to your feet. We'll tuck the toes under, and the hands will start on the lower back for the first round. We want the thumbs to be in and the pinkies are on the inside. Rolling the shoulders back, we'll start by pushing the hips forward, reaching the heart towards the ceiling and gently looking up. One more breath here, inhaling. Exhale, coming back to center. Coming to child's pose just for a moment in between to relax the lower back. Arms can reach forward, or if the shoulders are a little tired, you can bring the arms back towards the feet. Bringing hands towards the self under the shoulders and coming back up onto the knees, tucking the toes under. Going a little bit deeper into Camel this time. So you can repeat what we just did, or if you have blocks or water bottles, you might want to try the next variation, but of course, this is bus stop number 1 with Camel. And then maybe one hand comes onto a block or ankle, and possibly the other. Feel as though there's someone underneath you, reaching your heart towards the ceiling, opening up your chest. One more breath here, inhaling. And exhale, coming back up to center. One hand comes to the lower back, then the other. Reaching the arms forward in child's pose again, this time with the knees together, if that feels okay for you, to really get into the lower back. Coming up to seated. We'll let the hip shift to either side, extending the legs forward. And shake them out a little bit. We've been on our knees for a little bit, so be gentle. Scooting the hips forward, we'll come all the way onto our backs.
Crossing the right ankle over the left leg. We'll come into figure 4 stretch, just a little gentle hip opener. Flexing that right foot really strong, pulling the toes towards the right knee. Releasing that left foot down. The right foot meets the ground as well. And we let both knees fall over to the left, arms opening up to a T, looking towards the right hand. Slowly coming back to center. And placing the left foot across the right knee again. Option to push the leg away or wrap both hands around that right hamstring. Making sure that the head and neck are really relaxed on the ground. Placing the right foot down and the left foot follows. Opening the arms out to a T again. The knees both fall to the right now. Maybe the gaze looks towards the left. Even here we can touch into the heart. Slowly bringing the legs back to center. Squeezing the knees towards the chest, the head raises. Pulling everything in, reaching the back body towards the ground. We'll extend long for Savasana. Extending the legs long, arms come down by the sides. Or of course, you can use any different props that you'd like to set yourself up to be fully comfortable. And allow a softening around the chest. And allow yourself to really arrive to rest. Start connecting back to your breath. Letting the inhale fill up the chest, and the exhale, letting something go. Finding some gentle movements in the fingers and toes. You can even roll your head from one side to the other. And bending through the knees, rolling over onto either side and pausing for a moment. And then slowly making your way up to a comfortable seated position. And we'll meet with our right hand over the heart and our left hand over that. And finding a sense through your spine and posture of how you would want to lead from your heart, from love. And knowing that having the heart close from time to time is normal. But if you ever want to open it back up, just take a moment to connect, to soften, to let go. Bringing the hands together in prayer and Anjali Mudra. Always know that the light and love within me is very honored and proud to witness the light and love within each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in this heart opener practice. This is a really good practice that I like to do often just to stay open, to open my posture physically so that I can lead from the heart. If you want to connect with us, you can go to yogatx.org and sign up for our newsletter to find out all the happenings with Yoga Vida, which is our new community that we've created to help everyone out there feel really connected and also have uninterrupted yoga classes. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you on the mat tomorrow. Thank you.